What's going on, everybody? It's your boy PTK Bland back in the building with another episode of the Shop Podcast. We are live here this Saturday once again. We got some great people joining us here today. We got some more people filing in. I don't know if it's a time mix-up. I did tweet the link out. I thought I put Mountain Time, but if you guys are seeing this tweet right now on Twitter, please retweet it. Let everybody know the show is starting live right now. So everybody file in. As you file in, say hello. We got a great show lined up. I do got another special guest lined up. I think he may be running a little bit behind. He had a time scheduling issue as well. But I think as everybody files in, once again, say hello to the panel. So we're going to go ahead and start with our special guest, man. This guy has been on the show before. If you go back in the archives, go way back in the archives, you'll find he's been on the show a couple times. This is my good friend. We play games on Xbox. You know, we talk on like in real life over the phone. So go ahead and give yourself a shout out, Show.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Showstopper. I want to sit here and thank Blam for having me on the show again. It's been a long time. We got some other things in the works, man, where I'm going to be doing a podcast, and he's going to hopefully be a guest on there.
Hey.
And we're gonna get this thing rolling, man. So, hey, thank you for having me on, Blam. And, hey, I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem, man. Always. It's like love family, man. Show was one of the first guys that embraced me in the community when I first started doing YouTube and podcasts and everything. So he did BGST way back. So always been a huge fan. So we're gonna go ahead and we got a special fuzzy Belvedere tonight. It's not Mr. Unassuming tonight. It's Mr. Rowley with a dab of ranch tonight.
With a dab of ranch.
So I'll go ahead and let you tell the people, Fuzzy, what's going on with you right after the show, man.
Yeah, hey, what's up, everybody? Fuzzy Belvedere here. I got a Christmas party at my job after the show. Been there 20 years, so I get my 20-year award, and it comes with a Rolex. So I'm pretty stoked. Didn't think I was going to be there for 10 years, and I made it to the full 20.
Hey, so, congrats, man! Congrats.
Thank you. glad to be here and talking some games. Glad to be on the show with Showstopper. Been following you on Twitter for a while, and yeah, let's talk some games today, guys.
Awesome, man. Let's get into it. And once again, guys, share the link. If you like the video. Leave a thumbs up as well as you come in. Say hello in the chat, man. Let's get this chat live. Let's get this thing going, man. Everything I asked to the panel is going towards the chat as well. So let's go ahead and dive into the first topic. So this week has been pretty freaking crazy, guys. But I want to start with a big one. Okay, so there was a rumor going around. Shout out to, I think his name was Clobrill on Twitter, man. He's almost batting 1,000 right now. So he actually talked about Xbox may be in line for purchasing a mid-sized studio that is kind of PlayStation centric. And shout out to the boy K Meg. I was on GRG podcast last night. We talked about this on the show as well. So I wanted to get you guys' opinion on what you guys think about what studio could it be. They threw out a couple names: Ready at Dawn, Blue Point, Supermassive. There was a couple other ones. So we're going to go ahead and start with you, Showstopper. How valid do you think that is?
From the source it came from, he's been right in the past. When he announced that they, the studios that was coming beforehand. So it's valid to a certain degree, but we really don't know. It depends on who they trying to acquire, and if they really for it or not. So what Microsoft is doing is mid-sized studios can do AA, AAA. That can also make games for multiple devices instead of consoles. So it's narrowing the playing field when you look at it from that standpoint. So we'll see who you got that you looking at. I'm looking more at Supermassive or Ready at Dawn for me as my pick, as the ones that they're gonna probably acquire. But it is what it is, I guess. I mean, they're just buying up the house. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, this is only we asked Microsoft to be the behemoth that they are, and that's what they're showing. I think they really gearing up towards the next console, and with the studios that they are purchasing. We don't really know what they've been working on already to make Microsoft say, hey, you know what? We got to buy them for, the games or the ideas that they already had. So, they got to pitch ideas to them too. So yeah, we don't know. We really don't know. So I mean, Phil looked really excited. So, he licking his chops to really say something, but I think we gotta wait to E3 to see what that trash is.
Oh yeah. A lot of people are saying too. A lot of people are saying is Kid Smooth files in. What's up, Kid? Look like you made it, man.
Yo, what's up, man?
Smooth done made
How
it.
you doing? Oh yeah, Smooth in here, man.
The kid they call Smooth. What's happening with you, bro?
What's up, Showstopper? My bad. Like I was sitting down and having like dinner, and I just looked at the time. I was like, "Holy crap, it's 7:00."
It's good, dude. No problem, man. You came in right on time, everybody. This was the other surprise guest. We got him in here late though, but we got him in. He's the first time on the show. Kid, I'm a huge fan of yours, man. Just give yourself a quick shout out as you come to the show, man.
What's up, man, PK? This is Kid Smooth, Best Bot, and happy to be on. I didn't think I was gonna be on because I thought we were on the same time zone, and so that's why I thought, but I didn't realize it was this time. So no, I'm happy to be here. I'm trying to get the link to the actual YouTube link. My bad.
Okay, I'll throw it out there. I'll make sure I'll put it on Twitter. You can go ahead and retweet it. So I appreciate that, man. Glad you can make it, man. Glad you can make it. You came in right at a perfect time too, because we were talking about this rumor. I'm sure you heard about it, man. I know you got your ear to the Twitter streets all day, all the time. About Clobrill, that latest rumor about this. Xbox may be purchasing a mid-sized studio that's worked with PlayStation a bit. I know that's pretty vague. A bit could be anything. So what do you think as far as validity? What do you think it could be? We were just talking about a couple of names: Supermassive, Quantic Dreams, Ready at Dawn, Bluepoint. We talked about it on GRG last night. Somebody was saying Sumo Digital, which does make sense as well. But what do you think, man? What is your opinion?
I mean, I wouldn't say somebody said Sumo Digital. I mean, I think about like. Rand had a convincing argument when he said the people that made Next Machina, that game, that indie game, that hit indie game that came out like a year or so ago. Yeah. That made sense because if you look at the trends of the studios they've been buying, they if it wasn't a studio that made games for them traditionally, they bought a studio that was pretty much struggling. That we're doing a lot of crowdfunding games like Obsidian and Exile and stuff. They started to lean towards like crowdfunding projects, so they were in position to be bought. I'm trying to think of who that made games for PlayStation consistently that is in that position. I look at Bluepoint, but I wish it was Bluepoint, but I'm not sure.
King of the remasters.
Yeah, because they can solve all their remakes there.
Pretty much.
The people behind Until Dawn, that's what Supermassive. I like that studio. They're working on the multi-plat right now.
Okay.
But I don't know if they're like considered mid-size. And then you have Ready at Dawn seems like it could be them, but are they mid-size? Aren't they like bigger? Like,
I don't know. I have to check the actual count as far as employees. I don't remember. We talked about this last night on the show, and I can't recall. I know somebody mentioned. No, that was Sumo. That wasn't Ready at Dawn. But I think they are mid-size, though, kid. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they're mid-size.
Yeah.
So
Ready at Dawn only made so many games. They make a whole bunch.
What about the studio that made Drive Club? Oh no, never mind. They shut down.
No, yeah, they're yeah. Oh yeah, Fuzzy has a long story about that one.
Oh yeah. Evolution Studios.
Yeah,
Evolution Studios. Oh, but they went off and they made Onrush. That's what they did. But they don't go by Evolution anymore. I forgot what they go by now. But but that studio is about to shut down too.
Well, they already laid off a lot of the guys that came over from Evolution Studios, and I think one of the guys might have landed over at Playground Games, but I'm not sure. But I know that when they had layoffs, because that game didn't really sell as well until they put it in Game Pass. They laid off like a third or something like that of their devs, so they were struggling.
All right, is there a game? You got to pay attention to this Game Pass because you've been really paying attention to the Game Pass games that have been launched. All the different games that's been launched in the Game Pass. Is any of those by a studio that did a lot of work for Sony before making a recent multi-plat game?
You know, I haven't been paying attention.
I haven't been paying attention either. A lot of the compelling argument for Sumo Digital was that Sumo Digital has worked with Sony. I can't remember. Bloody Knuckles broke it down. He's like a video game historian, so he broke everything down. He was telling us that Sumo Digital has worked directly with Sony before in the past. I don't know if it was within the time frame that like Clobrill, because he said, did he say 4 years? Or no, he just said work with Sony in the past, right?
But I think Sumo Digital's last game was Snake Pass.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. They've done so much on every other. They've done so much. They did part of 4. They worked on the first 3 Forzas. They've done all kind of stuff for a bunch of people. So I'm not entirely sure. I don't think they're mid-size either. I think they got like 400 employees, something crazy.
Ready at Dawn, they made the order, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And they did remasters for Sony as well, right? Like
I
the
don't
God
know.
of War. They did the God of War stuff for them, right?
PSP and PlayStation Vita games or something like that. They did a lot of that before they did the order. What about the studio that damn, there's a
Quantic Dream.
Quantic Dream.
Oh, yeah.
Detroit.
Yeah, they did Detroit. That'd be a good get as well.
Detroit. Yeah, that'd be a good get.
Yeah, Game Pass. For sure. We talked about that as well. We definitely talked about that as well. We definitely covered that because that will be a. I mean, people talk about those kinds of games.
They made Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
And Beyond Two Souls.
Yep. Yeah. But people said those are more like movies, not really games.
And then they made that's what a lot of them. They made Detroit too, right?
Yeah, Detroit was good though. I heard a lot of it
was good. Yeah.
But I just bought it again, and I still never played it.
Ah, crap. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and bounce that off, Fuzzy, as we move on with this topic. Fuzzy, what's your opinion on this, man? I know we talked about it in the DMs, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I think there's going to be, given Cloverill's batting average right now, there's probably a lot of validity to it. But like Smooth was saying, and I think Rand had talked about, I think it's Housemark or something. They're the ones that did Resogun and Next Machina. That seems like a good Game Pass type game or developer for games in Game Pass. Supermassive, because I could have sworn I heard somebody in the community say that the Until Dawn might be coming to Xbox at one point. So I could see them being in talks with Xbox. That may have led to that rumor at the time.
Supermassive makes platforms too. Didn't they make Little Big Planet?
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm looking at it as, because me and Bland was talking before, and I said they're going to make the game of their dreams, these studios, and then they're going to have to make a AA game. You see what I'm saying? To kind of to offset, to keep the flow going.
Media Molecule did Little Big Planet, them and Sumo Digital.
Oh, Sumo Digital. Okay, got it. So like I told you,
Sumo Digital. That's who it was. Yeah. No, that was Supermassive Game that did Little Big Planet. 2009, 2010.
Uh-oh.
They did the DLC. I'm sorry. They did the DLC.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, so we good.
Got it. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think Sumo Digital has been in the rumor mill before because they were also helping with Crackdown and a few other games.
Yep. Oh, yeah. They took over to save Crackdown. Yeah, they saved Crackdown because Crackdown, CloudGen had left at that point, and they took over last minute. They got dumped on them at the last minute, and they've turn that game around. Look what we saw at this past E3. I was not expecting to see that kind of progress.
Yeah,
it makes sense for Sumo Digital only because there were some of the quotes in the Windows Central article when Jez asked like the developer, he tried to ask away if there's going to be another Crackdown, and he says, well, he said, how do you get like a sequel? And he said they got to earn it. They want to make a Crackdown 4, but they have to earn it. They want Crackdown 3 to be that staple with the Halo Gears and the Forzas. And I'm like, why are you talking like this? That's something that should be coming from a first party, studio. So I'm like, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
So you never know. Go ahead and finish your thought, Fuzz. I don't know if you.
No, that's cool. That's good. Because all of those studios that we've mentioned. As big as Microsoft is, they might just grab them all. But Sumo Digital seems, just because they've had a good working relationship with Microsoft already, that would probably be a get, even if they're not the ones that Cloveril is talking about. But I'm thinking Housemark might be the one, just because that seems like a good Game Pass type of, like arcadey type of old school game that they could probably knock out every couple of years.
Right. You know who I was looking at more like not so much of the list that everybody has had for them, but I want interactive games. The creators of Hitman.
Oh, Interactive IO. IO
Yeah,
Interactive.
Interactive. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want them. And I think that's could be a possibility. I mean,
they could solve the Perfect Dark problem.
Yeah, not only that, they did. Remember, Kane and Lynch. The first Kane and Lynch was nice.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But the second one I didn't care too much for. But you give them an opportunity to do something else. I just think they just don't have the funds to do anything else but Hitman.
Let me look at all these studios that's crowdfunding, yo. Because then these you can see who's really in the running.
Like Microsoft Shopping.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of studios they can go out and get. But yeah, if I had my pick, it'd be IO Interactive Games. Yeah.
Okay, that's not a bad pick.
That'd be my pick. And then not only that, they made a platformer too. What was it? Mini Ninjas.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that can go, like I said, the game of their dreams, and a game that goes towards the past, and they can do both. So yeah. I think that'd be a slide in fit right there.
Yeah. Gold Lion said platinum. I don't ever think that'll happen. They have a terrible. I think at this point. I think that I don't even remember the guy's name. I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, I think that relationship is broken with the whole scale-bound thing. I think Microsoft dumped a lot of money there. It was not being utilized from the reports that came out properly. And I don't know what the hell happened. That thing I don't think that's going to happen at all. I don't think it's going to happen at all. So, so let's go ahead and move on. That was a great opening topic, man. Kid just jumped in at a perfect goddamn time like a superhero, man. It worked out perfect. So, appreciate it, man. So once again, guys, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel, drop a like, just say hello in the chat as you file in, man. We keep it lit, keep it popping here. Next topic, man. So this is something I do on the show. I know you here, new here, kids. So I always like to throw in different topics. We talk about the same shit mostly all week. There's like 20 shows all week, and most of us cover the same thing. So I always like to throw in a couple like side questions to kind of throw everybody off. So this one is biggest games we did not see this generation. So this is something we talked about last podcast at the very end, and I kind of wanted to dive into it. So I want to start with you, kid. The biggest franchises or games we did not see, or you don't think we're going to see this generation. Now, there's a couple late here that we may see at the very end that are kind of likely. But what are yours so far, kid? That we haven't seen at all that you thought for sure we'd see this generation?
Like, wait a minute. I don't get that question. Okay. These are games that are announced that we never seen, or like
no, not announced. Like, let me give you an example. A Borderlands game. We have not gotten a Borderlands.
So you don't think we're gonna get? Oh, okay.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is all right. So we
have not seen.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
A Perfect Dark generation. Any of Rare's previous IPs. So Perfect Dark cameo. We won't see a legit proper Jack and Daxter or a legit proper new Ratchet and Clank experience. We won't see a Getaway this generation. And we will
was it a big like a big game, or do it have to be?
It don't necessarily have to be a huge game. Just whatever game you think we missed. Like whatever thing you thought we would definitely see this generation, maybe. You got a good chance of seeing.
Because everything Sony, I thought Sony showed. They was going to do the Uncharted. They was going to.
What's the Sony game? What's the Sony game that was like Splinter Cell? Not Splinter Cell, but it was like Metal Gear.
Death Stranding?
No. It's the Sony game, the exclusive back on like PS2. Siphon Filter. Siphon Filter. Yeah.
They're not doing no SOCOMs.
Yeah, no SOCOMs. We know that's not coming at all. Yeah, no SOCOMs. So
Driver's not returning.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, they killed off a lot, so they kind of made it apparent that a lot of these games was not gonna, come back. So that's
a Splinter Cell.
Yeah, Splinter Cell. Although we keep on seeing hints of Splinter Cell in Ghost Recon, but and I know people have said it's been worked on in the background. I would like to see it before the end of the gen, but My gut's telling me now. I think what's his name, the head of the Ubisoft studio, came out and said that it would not be this gen or something.
Yeah.
Asked after E3, he was like, "No, it's not ready," or something to that effect. But from the Sony end, Resistance, Fallen Man.
Oh yeah, that's Insomniac.
Resistance.
Yeah.
Yes, Insomniac.
And then going back to
money now, they ain't doing that.
And then the same studio that did Drive Club, I really miss. Although Onrush was like a nice nod to it. What was it? Oh crap! Now I can't remember the freaking name. It was like their. It was almost like Onrush, like the Island Racer type thing.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. So I know one. I just said it when I gave it as an example. Borderlands is another one as well that we haven't gotten. That I was almost like 100% sure that we're going to see one at some goddamn point. Gearbox has been complete. I don't know what the fuck they went into complete shutdown mode at Gearbox. I don't know what they're doing. What's going on over there? Have you guys? I mean, I don't know if Kid, you heard anything about anything over there? Do you ever hear anything?
Gearbox?
Yeah, like any. That's what I mean. Borderlands, like nothing ever.
Yeah, they were supposed to be rumored at E3 like the last 3 years, yo.
It's gonna be like the new Half-Life.
Yeah,
the new Half-Life.
Crazy.
What was that game off of that they did the crowdfunding? Was it Shamu?
Oh wow!
I thought we was gonna see that this gen.
Wow.
And no, we did not see it this gen.
Yeah, what happened?
What happened? He stood up and he had his leather jacket on and said, every time I walk around, people ask me about Shamu.
Damn, I remember that, man.
Hey, he went and got the GoFundMe. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was sitting here dropping 60s like, it's going to be a good game. And that trash did not come out, bro.
Man, that highway robbery, chief. That's the new age robbery right there. Man, obvious robbery. Anyway, man. Yeah, no, that's pretty fucking funny, but that's crazy. So, damn, that is crazy. I just thought about that too. That is fucking
Sega beat his ass to the punch and put out that damn port.
Hey man, he saved face with the port though, man.
Yeah, port. Sega did that shit.
Yeah. They paid for it, bro. He's paid for it with the port, man. But he wasn't doing a whole new game. He was talking about a brand new one from ground up.
Yeah.
Nobody got behind it. Nobody, not even Sony. Sony was like, man, I ain't messing with you, bro.
They put out a trailer. They put out a trailer like earlier this year or last year?
Something like that. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I know it started too because it became this huge thing when he came on stage and they had that whole big deal, but it was terrible. I still remember his face. He was right, Showstopper. Out there. Man, I'm like, dude, my man need a tailor. Somebody get it.
Hey, that man was begging up there, boy.
Nah, it wasn't even that. It was Sony was standing there like goddamn Daddy Warbucks.
Listen,
like, have some more
you have a person doing a crowdfunding on your E3 stage.
Yeah.
And then you tell me they won that E3. Stop it.
Yeah.
Too much. Way too much. Anybody else want to touch on that? Anybody else want to touch on that topic before we move on as far as the games we may have missed or anything else you guys didn't see?
I remember that title, Motorstorm. That was that was what Onrush was kind of loosely based on.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome, man. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and move on from that. Now, this next topic is something that I didn't really. I thought I was going to do a video about it last week, but I didn't. I was like, forget about it. I don't think I'm going to touch that subject, but we're going to cover it here on the show. So, Epic Games, man, decided to take a huge step, man, with the huge success of Fortnite and everything that's going on there. That thing's like a $1 billion franchise every single month. And they're opening up their own like Steam-like service where Epic Games are publishing. They're doing all kind of deals with people. They're giving huge percentages back. They're taking a very small percentage compared to a lot of other platforms for developers and people like that to put their games there. So what do you guys think? And it's already gotten like Ashen has already gotten signed on and essentially skipped like the Windows Store. But they did announce that it's going to be on everything at some point. But they did it was announced with the Epic Game Pass, like within mind. Like Epic made the announcement the same time Ashen did. So, what do you guys think about that? I want to start with you, Show. Do you think this is a threat to Steam? I mean, with the success of Fortnite, do you think this could become something?
I
profit margins?
I think Steam needed competition, and I'm glad that Epic is stepping up to bring them some type of competition.
Oh, really?
Because they've been dominating it. You know what I'm saying? Steam been dominating.
Gamers have a host of choices.
Yeah, no.
You're telling me, like, they had I can use Uplay, I can use the Origins, Steam, but Steam is the end all be all. See, it's all coming together now.
It's all coming together. I got you, Smooth. But at the end of the day, competition is good for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And they've been living it up for a long time, and so hopefully it'll get them to fix their store. Do some tweets. You know how much money Valve been making? You know what I'm saying? And they have not really invested in anything of theirs. Like their store is just basic. You know what I'm saying? It's just trash. You know what I'm saying? So it just need to.
I cannot stand that individual. I cannot stand him. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Y'all just had a moment, but cool. But go ahead and bust your gun, whoever it is, man. Go ahead and bust your gun. But at the end of the day, it's just they just need the competition, man. I just think somebody need to, I thought it was going to be Microsoft. You know what I'm saying? Just technically, I thought they was because
Phil did say he was going to work on that. He stated in XO, this is the next big thing on my list. We got to tackle that Windows Store because it's fucking pathetic right now.
Yeah.
He understands.
I thought it was going to be him because it's kind of like an easy transition for them. But if Epic is getting in it, I think it's nice. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and go from there.
What about you, Smooth? I know you had a quite a bit to say there. So what do you think, man?
Oh no, honestly, I don't even know what's going on with Epic Games. I didn't know they had their own storefront.
Yeah, yep. Yeah. And they give it huge profit margins as well. I think they're taking what's the percent, Fuzzy? Like a
12%, I think, compared 12%. To 30%, which is the normal.
Yeah.
So if you use their engine, it's even less or something. I think they waive the fee if you use their Unreal Engine.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how this is going to affect consoles, but
PC. Well, it ain't going to affect PC gamers neither, but it's just another way of getting their games.
What it does is it incentivizes like developers and publishers. Like if you're putting the game on PC, like for example, right? Bethesda's like, you know what? We got, everybody look what they did with Destiny was like riding the high, like, hold up, Destiny, we're gonna put this on PC. There, is an Activision published title. I'm like, we gonna bring all that money into BattleNet, bro. So with Overwatch, we're gonna add Destiny over there. Fallout, they went to, you could only get their game on Bethesda storefront, or did they put it on BattleNet as well?
I don't remember.
Just their storefront. I think.
Just their storefront. So you can't get it on Steam in this. Well, unfortunately, the game turned out to be shit. But but it had it been like a Fallout game that was great, then it was supposed to like generate that like disruption in the PC games market. And I think more publishers are going to go do it. And you know what I mean? It's a sense that maybe Steam ain't going. I said this on Weapon Wheel. And I think on Planet Xbox some weeks back, I said Steam is the ghetto and graveyard for independent games. Like that's what it's going to be. All the big major like third party like titles, they're not going to be doing it because Ubisoft, they don't need it. And then when you got Bethesda, they're probably not going to be launching their games in the Steam because they want you to pay for their mods. And then you got Epic, freaking Fortnite, and like in less than a year become bigger than larger than life. It can fund its own like business. Now it's crazy. Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like what's going to happen is, it will hurt certain like outlets, such as like Steam and like Origin, but that's why EA did their Origin Access thing because it's a buy-in that you really can't turn down. Yeah. So I'm interested to see what Ubisoft does and whatnot, but I think Steam is probably going to get hit the most one is because remember you got Discord as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah. I don't see it. Steam got how many people on Steam? It's a lot of people on Steam.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't see them hurting them. I don't see it hurting them, you know, like major, but they're gonna take a little hit. I don't think it's gonna be something major though, because it's just kind of like Sony with Microsoft, and you know, you do something stupid or whatever, you're gonna take a hit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's gonna be a major hit. You know, so they'll be all right. I think they'll be all right. And like I said, competition is good. It'll get them to get their act together. Now they got to scramble. You know what I'm saying? And do some things for their store, man. And hopefully they got some things in the work. You can't just sit by and say, "Hey, this is what we got for y'all. This is a great product." You got to constantly revamp it and make it attractive. And Steam just got comfortable. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
They went full John Madden mode.
Kept giving you the rehash stuff. You know what I mean?
The feet up, they tucked that shit in. It was like, no way.
There was no competition. He was
good.
What's his name? Gabe wasn't worried about nobody. You know what I'm saying? Look at him. He don't got chunky. You know what I'm saying? That boy fat video, boy. You know what I'm saying? He don't eat cheese puffs. He eat them cheese doo-doos. He got a whole big old canister on the side. You know what I'm saying? He don't got fat off that money.
Yeah, that boy. And it's not property not to a single damn game as well, which is the tragedy in all of it, honestly. So, Buzz, I know we didn't get to you, Fuzzy. So, what do you think about the Epic? You know, their own storefront. They got their own network now, essentially. So, what do you think that's going to do to the market?
I think it's going to be good for the consumer and good for the devs because they're taking less of a cut. But I'm going to touch on my pie in the sky thing that I was thinking about back when they bought CloudGen.
Okay.
Now that Phil's talking about redoing the Microsoft store, it would almost make sense to convince the purse strings to open up wide and buy Epic and just be done with it. I know that's a long shot, but considering that there was real talks about them, you know, trying to acquire EA, I think acquiring Epic would be a better deal. Let that be your Windows store.
I don't think it's possible. Like, they won't even allow themselves to be sold like that. Hell no.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He just took us a whole.
Listen. They did grab Mojang. They did grab Mojang, but it was a different situation. They got Minecraft, which is, dare I say, 90 million active users a month on Minecraft. Dare I say it's just as big, if not bigger, than Fortnite. I mean, it's been around much longer. Fortnite is a phenom, no, but I think for Fortnite, I think at this point, I think Kid's right. I don't think Epic would even. You'd have to back the fucking Brinks truck up to get Epic at this point. You get your money back. Yeah. It's not a bad investment. Don't get it fucked up. It's not a bad investment, but it's just that's a lot. I
could see that being like almost a $10 billion acquisition, if not more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Unless they buy half and partner.
Well, you mean like majority stake into the company, that kind of thing?
Now, just get a good stake into it to where you know it benefits you and you merge.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's a lot. I mean,
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
They still making money, but you know, so
nobody can't buy Epic.
I'm not gonna say nobody, but
they can't because Tencent owns them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I completely forgot about that. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yep. Nope.
That'll make everybody mad.
Oh my goodness, you wouldn't even understand how pissed off the internet.
I think people would hop off a PC and go straight to phone games. They'd be like, "I'm done with PCs. I'm out."
Oh yeah. So I saved this last question. As everybody's following, once again, say hello in the chat, guys. Let's keep this thing moving and going. But we got a great panel here today. I'm gonna leave everybody that's on the panel link below so you guys can follow them on Twitter, follow them on YouTube as well. I left this last question on purpose with a lot of time left in the show because there's a lot of layers to this question. We got a lot of shit to cover. Okay, so I left this especially with like 30 minutes left. So we're gonna cover the Game Awards. So we've covered it a little bit. I know I did it. Shout out to K-Meg on GRG yesterday. Shout out to the boy. But we're going to cover it again today. And we got a lot to talk about the Game Awards. So I want to just get you guys' overall thoughts on the awards. Then I got some other like sub questions in there that I want to throw in there too. So we're going to start with you, Kid. I don't know if you watched it.
No.
But if you didn't watch it, maybe you followed up afterwards on Twitter. Maybe you just caught it on IGN or something. But what do you think about the overall show? Were you excited? Were you not excited? Was it really a big deal? What do you think about the show?
I mean, I missed the award show only because I had to go to like a company event.
Okay.
But from what I heard, I was just reviewing the comments that I heard that it was too long. Nobody really talked about the big reveals that I guess that happened. I don't know if they were big, but like the award winners, I think Forza won the award. I picked it to win. A lot of people were hype about the grand award, like God of War, and beating out Red Dead and stuff like that. So I know that was a big deal to people. So but honestly, I don't know. I don't feel like I miss much of anything. But was there any like I don't know. You guys got to inform me because I didn't even watch a recap.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and let Showstopper go there.
I'm gonna tell you that the show was long and it was dry. I hated the music. The music was too much music. I mean, the music was god awful. I mean, even when they got to the Red Dead music and on the game, I liked the Red Dead music, but when they were singing it in person, I was like, man, mess this up for me. You know what I'm saying? Because now I see their faces, and some of them look kind of hippie-ish. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like they get high all day. You know what I'm saying? It was just, I said, man, you know what? I'm good. I can't do all this music. But some of the awards that I was happy for Microsoft, Forza winning. You know what I'm saying? God of War winning. Red Dead won their awards that I looked like they was gonna make a clean sweep.
Yeah, they was gonna make a sweep, pretty much.
They won every
other award that you would have thought would have needed to win Game of the Year.
Yeah. So
and
then for them not to win that was like, but God of War deserved it.
God of War.
I wouldn't knock that. I see people getting butthurt by it and saying ponies ran and rallied around and voted.
It was only
the fan votes.
It was 10% fan vote this year, so it was very little. It was only 10%, so it wasn't a huge percentage of fans.
But yeah, I mean, but if Red Dead wasn't gonna win, I wanted to see what would. I mean, not Red Dead, but if God of War wouldn't have won, I wanted to see what was gonna happen. Man, that would have been boy. I mean, I think Twitter would have been on fire, boy. I mean, good grief. But all in all, it was okay. It could have been shortened. I don't think it needed to be that long. For the little announcements that they made. Some of the games like Devil May Cry. Oh my God, that was
goodness.
Nice, man.
Demo out now.
Demo out now. Oh my God.
Go down.
Demo out now.
Demo's out now.
Download now.
Where?
On your Xbox.
Your Xbox.
Oh Lord, let me get that down.
Damn, Smooth, what's going on?
Smooth and sleep, boy.
Oh, man, damn.
But I just think some of the announcements was all right. I mean, it was a lot of indie developers and different little things that they was doing, but some of the big ones was okay. So, but all in all, I give it like I say a B- for the show. It was all right.
It was a good show. It was a good show. In my opinion, I mean, I think a lot of people said the same thing. It was kind of long. It ran a little long. I mean, it was a lot better than last year. I got to give Jeff credit. I'm not a hater.
I forgot about the Outer World too. The Outer World.
Oh my God, Smooth!
From Obsidian.
If you have not seen it, Smooth, go to Obsidian. Obsidian just showed their multi-plat. We already knew it was going to be a multi-plat because they got to fulfill some obligations before they were bought. Okay, but this goddamn game called the Outer World, Smooth. Have you not seen the trailer? I assume.
I did not.
Okay, so watch the trailer. Listen,
this is the quality of games that these studios Microsoft have bought, man. Obsidian is nice, man. They say it looked like Fallout, and it's but whatever. You know what I'm saying?
It gives me BioShock vibes. Yeah. It gives me Borderlands vibes. It gives me a little. I mean, oh come on! It gives me a little bit of everything. I mean, it gives me a little Fallout ish. Oh man, it gives me a little everything in space as well. So I mean, you got to watch it.
You got to watch it. It was nice. That was the wow moment. You know what I'm saying? That was the moment I had. I was like, dang, I said, oh man, this is nice.
Oh yeah.
You know, so yeah, that woke me up a little bit. But other than that, man, it was up and down.
They had some other announcements as well. They had a new Dragon Age game.
Yeah.
They showed a little teaser trailer of that as well. It wasn't really much. I think it was a little cinematic trailer. I'm looking for some other information because I did a video the other day about it. What else? What else did they show? Fuzz. What else did they have there?
Oh, with Ashen.
Ashen.
The announcement for that.
Yeah. That's out too already.
Yeah, I played that.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else.
What else did they have? Oh, Mortal Kombat. Duh.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 11. Did you get a chance to see that?
I've seen that trailer.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool. So Mortal Kombat 11 was the other one, which fucking blew us out of the water. That game looked great. Great. I mean, I'm not the biggest fighter fan. Don't get me wrong. You rarely catch me on playing more. I got Mortal Kombat 10, but I can't really get with the fight mechanics, man. It feels too much like Injustice. That's why I don't have it. But it feels a lot like a lot of different. I don't know. I just can't really get with it. But it's pretty cool though. It's pretty cool. But the trailer looked dope. The graphics look dope. It seemed to be like cross generational because I think it continues on from 10 where there's like a corrupted Raiden, and he killed a different version of Scorpion, and then like another alternate version showed up, like Hellfire Scorpion showed up and killed him. So I don't know what the storyline is, but it seems to be some kind of continuation in the storyline from different games. But the shit looked dope. But Fuzz, what'd you think, man? What'd you get out of the show?
Just the unveilings of like some of these smaller titles and things. Like I won't call the Obsidian one a smaller title, but it's coming soon. Seeing the attractions of that. What was it? Evolution, I think, was another one.
Yeah, that game looked crazy. That was the creators of who? The Evolution, wasn't it a? No, that was Ancestor. Sorry.
Oh, Ancestor. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
And then Ark, not Ark, but the devs of Ark are doing like kind of like a pirate on this seas game type of thing.
It's called Atlas.
Yeah.
Atlas, yeah.
And
I don't know how to feel about that though.
It looks like Sea of Thieves to me.
I don't know. If I was Rare, I'd be like,
hidden image, man. Yeah, like they just sat there and watched us and made a game.
Yeah, well, no, the thing about it was that we talked about this on the show last night as well, is that there was some strong opinions about it because Ark does not run well on console.
Right.
It just doesn't. Like, it just doesn't run good on console, period. So it's like, what kind of experience? I mean, they were showing all kind of shit smooth. They were showing typhoons. They were showing all kind of crazy shit. You talking about like real-time weather, like how is this? I mean, even though we're going to be getting new consoles, and I assume 4K 60 is probably the bare minimum that these new ones should do. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is going to. I mean, are these going to be able to run that?
Well, they were talking about 144 per side opposing forces type of thing.
This is not another mag. Please don't be another mag all over again.
And then there's supposed to be like 40,000 people persistent in the world or something weird like that. And I'm like, I mean, if they can get it to work, great. But that's probably the biggest fear, is that it's just going to be like a 18 frames a second type of mess in the beginning until they get it optimized, and then they'll just not look anywhere near as good as the unveiling. But we'll see. That one, it looked interesting nonetheless. But looking forward to Obsidian's game. I think that particular one, if they even do something remotely similar to that for Xbox for next gen, I'm all for it. I want to see something that's kind of like a Mass Effects, BioShock.
Bro, what do you think of the odds? That's what Phil saw that made them want to get Obsidian.
I think that, and I'm pretty sure he saw Stormlands because he was like the go-to guy for a lot of the first party or the third party games that were going to be at launch. So when they were pitching that idea for Stormlands, and then probably seeing the realization of this game, it was probably like a seal the deal type of thing at that point. But also want to see Stormlands from them. I'm hoping that concept is able. You
think you're going to resurrect that?
Or if they don't call it the same thing, at least have something similar where you have 100 players that aren't a battle royale but can be in a persistent world, and have like public events that it's a different look or different setting than like a Destiny. Something that could be more like, I guess, ogres and dragons and things like that. but it'd be nice to see them do an RPG type style game that's open world or MMO type of thing. For at
Outer
least for the
Worlds would
next
have been
gen.
a crazy exclusive though. That'd have been a crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That'd have been a crazy first game. But yeah, no, another shout out to P. Rodusai. He also said no, that was Shonsu. Shonsu also said Rage 2.
Oh yeah.
Rage 2 looked amazing. I don't know if you got a chance to see the new trailer, kid, but that game I think is gonna be my sleeper game for next year because it looks so good. It looks so crisp. The gameplay.
I didn't get to see Rage.
Oh, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
You
gotta watch it. Show. You gotta. Oh man, it looks great. It looks amazing. I think it comes out in May, which is a great time because May is kind of it's beginning of summer, a little slow, not too much going on. Right before E3, not a lot of people are putting out games that close to E3.
But do you think the dev is a little mad that Far Cry kind of knocked off their idea a little bit?
With the post-apocalyptic?
Yeah.
I mean, it's different. It's not as nearly as like sci-fi. I mean, Rage looks like fucking like Total Recall.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Rage looks like Total Recall, fucking Minority Report. Fucking Far Cry looks like Walking Dead. Like, you know, as far as like sci-fi fiction, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, I get it though. I understand. Far Cry 2, shout out to Far Cry. It's crazy. I think the biggest thing with Far Cry is that protagonist, antagonist, whatever you call them, the bad guys. Obviously, you get the return of the one guy in the previous game, but the two African American women who are seen to be kind of crazy. It's crazy that they would. That's a different direction for that game.
Yeah,
you know, a lot of games haven't gone that direction, so very interesting there too. So, anybody else? Anything else about the show that they liked or maybe disliked? I think we covered a lot of the bigger announcements. I don't think anything else really. Oh, one thing we did miss. I don't know if you got a chance to see everybody coming out on stage together. Phil,
Reggie, and Sean Layden.
Yeah, Sean Layden coming out together. Now I don't know if anybody peeped the body language who was paying that close attention. But I mean, funny because as soon as it happened, I'm thinking, okay, crossplay forever for everything. So I immediately that's what in my head, like, ooh, crossplay, like hopefully, please. But it didn't happen. But what do you guys think about that? Do you guys think that was is this kind of put that fanboy shit? Do you think there was a lot of fanboys that were a lot of, like in their feelings that night about that, or what do you guys think?
From a business standpoint, I've seen like the heads of competing companies, on stages and working or just in conversations before. So honestly, those guys probably give two shits about the console war. It's more about making sure that their investors are happy and their boss is happy and that money is coming in, so they still have a job. But there's probably some small competitive. Well, there's going to be a competitive grudge that you're going to have against your competitor, but it's not like, oh, I wish they would die or fall off stage. Yeah. No, it's not anything like that. But it was funny that one of the first things I saw from the picture is people creating a meme where it's like the Reggie for 360p, Phil for 4K, and Sean Layden for 1080p. So I don't know. That was kind of funny, but I know that's one of those things that people are on be like, oh, see, people are making fun of Sony and blah 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 with the X1X, and it always happens. But it was good to see them out on stage together. But like you said, it would have been even better if they had said something like, oh, more games are going to crossplay, not just Fortnite type of thing. But
yeah, I think it was good to see. I mean, I think it does show some solidarity within the industry. I think it does show healthy competition. I think, there was some, obviously we get the extreme fanboys who don't like the whole, kumbaya type situation. They think that they always need to be fighting things. But we all know that if you have half a brain, that's absolutely not true. So let's go ahead and keep going here. Now, what I want to do next is I want to turn to the chat to get a couple questions. We got a few, like 10 minutes here. We can fit as many questions as we possibly can. So if you have a question, chat right now, go ahead and drop it in. I'll go ahead and ask to the panel. We'll go ahead and go from there. So let's go ahead and what's up, country gentlemen? I want to say some shout outs here real quick. Iron Lords, I will be on their podcast too tomorrow. Shout out to you, Jose, P-Ro, once again, everybody showing up live. So drop questions in the chat right now. Anything I didn't cover, show or kid that you guys saw this week that I may have missed?
Cobra tweeted out an Xbox IP That's coming back.
Oh,
that we've
that's
seen
right.
in 4 years.
That's right. That's right.
Do you know which one that is, though?
Anybody want to start with this one? Anybody?
You talking about like a IP that's been put out for the past 4 years?
Yeah, like that we haven't seen, or we've seen, but I don't think played. Like we haven't gotten it the last 4 years, but maybe we've seen it. Or
no,
even
I thought he said it was
that we played.
Oh, we played.
Played.
If it's not Sunset Overdrive, Rise, or Quantum Break, and our
Record.
No. The KI, the Fighter.
Oh,
Killer
Instinct. Another one.
Now it got to be something of that nature. Yeah. I went through the list. That's it. I mean, I would love to see another Sunset Overdrive. I think that's the top on my list.
The thing with Insomniac is that they said they wouldn't mind doing it. They on record saying we love.
When did that game? That game came out in what? 14, 15?
14,
which one? Sunset Overdrive?
I think it's 15, right?
2014. 2014. October 2014.
Okay, got it. Yeah. So it. I mean, I'd love to see another one because it was very interesting. Very, very interesting game. Great game. Eventually came to like games with gold, so it was eventually free at a point. But I don't know. Insomniac getting that Disney money now. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know if they decide to put the superhero down and decide to pick up that kind of game, but it may be big enough to do it. So anybody else want to take a stab, Fuzzy, with that?
I'm thinking it's going to be Sunset, but I wouldn't mind it being Rise. And I remember what's his name, Mike Quick or Mikey Barr tweeted out a while ago that we still remember him when he was looking at like a statue of
Marius.
Yeah, so it would be nice for them to bring that back, but I keep hearing that the Crytek relationship is kind of damaged. Although we will be getting, I guess, Hunt Showdown.
They should have just sold them the IP, dude. They should have just sold them the IP because they ain't gonna make another one.
Yeah,
they're not. Yeah, so
no, they probably did though. You know what I'm saying? We just don't know about it yet. Or are they in the works of doing it?
I don't know. I mean, another Rise.
I think another Rise would be a big get for the Xbox. It would have, I mean, we would essentially have our kind of like God of War at that point with that title. So
they need to get him some upgrades instead of just sword fighting like that. I just think we need some.
Hey, P-Roll in the chat said that. He said, I think it can only be Sunset. He said Amazon owns Crytek and Quantum wasn't Beloved. And it did say Beloved.
Amazon don't own Crytek. They own the Cry Engine. They don't own Crytek.
Okay, see? So there may be some misinformation there. Is Crytek still independent?
I don't even think they exist no more. Like, didn't they close it down, or there was some financial trouble or something like that?
They have financial trouble, but they have Hunt Showdown on PC, and then I think it's supposed to come to Xbox in preview this year.
Console,
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. All right. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Anybody want to take another stab? I think Sunset will be great, but I mean, you said Beloved, though.
I think Record is getting a second chance, but that's fairly new. I think Killer Instinct is the only Beloved one that will qualify as Beloved. It's Killer Instinct. They had like a whole league for Killer Instinct and shit.
Well, what would be the blowout for Killer Instinct though? What would be the blowout? What would be the big splash? Like, what would be the big comeback for Killer Instinct?
I mean, I don't know. They need a fighter. They have all these IPs. They need an exclusive fighter. They need
they need to team up, like get some characters from like Mortal Kombat and some other little things on there. That'd be big.
Yeah.
They need to get an exclusive license agreement on either a Marvel or a DC IP.
Yep. Yeah. That's another one too. They do not have Nintendo has theirs now with Ultimate Alliance. Sony has theirs as well with Spider-Man's. Xbox, we need one. Go ahead and get that Black Panther or something. Go ahead and Superman, Black Panther, something. Somebody need to go ahead and make a damn Marvel game. Or DC, I guess they could.
You know, the first Superman game that I think they made was a while back.
We're back in like
2000. The flying on there was nice. The landing though was a little off. You know what I'm saying? Man, the landing was like, you had to adjust, but the flying was like when you up in the air, it felt like you was really Superman because you're flying and you got that turbo boost where it go boom. You know what I'm saying? And it feel like you just going real fast.
Yeah.
And, so that was like dope. it was just fighting, you know, in the air at times and different little things that was kind of like just a little glitchy at times. But other than that, man, the game was slick.
Yeah. A Superman game would be dope, exclusive too. That would
they got to do it right though. You know what I'm saying? The first time they didn't do it, they did it okay. It wasn't like where it could have been better. You know, that's all I'm saying.
Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. We got like 2 more questions here. Shout out to Shonsu, man, modding it up here today. Thank you for just showing up, Shonsu. He said, "Have you made the switch to digital, or do you still buy disc?" I pretty much made this switch to all digital for me. I do still buy disc for my son. I still buy him this every now and then. I'll buy him a couple digital games, but usually I'm buying physical for him and it's digital for me and wife. So I don't know about you guys. You all digital?
I'm all digital.
Yeah, I've been all digital. I've been all digital since the generation started.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
You know what? I went. It was like a little bit after the generation started. It was when they allowed the you know, it was like 16 terabytes you can get up to or something like that.
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it was I went all digital once I bought that hard drive. It was over.
Okay, what about you, Fuzz?
Yeah, I switched to digital right around the time that the Division came out. At first, I didn't know about Game Share, where, you know, I had the Xbox for the boys, and, you know, I would wind up buying like 2 copies of all these discs, and I'm like, there's got to be a better way. And then somebody hit me up to, you know, do it digitally, just make their Xbox or their Xbox, make that my home, and then go from there. And it's been excellent ever since. Although
that's how I do it here. I got 3 in my house, and my boys play downstairs, and one in their room and the other in his room, and I'm in mine, and just don't bother nobody.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think a lot of us have made that switch, man. A lot of us have made that switch. It's just a better deal. It's just a better deal than buying physical at this point. I mean, we talked about GameStop as well. You know, their whole situation going down, but yeah, I think it's just everybody switching over to digital. It just makes sense. It's easier. You don't have to worry about all the hoopla, the trade-in value, and the actual physical disc breaking and all of that kind of stuff.
You know what? I with GameStop, GameStop rubbed me the wrong way at the beginning of this console generation. You know, it was an all-out hit on Microsoft.
Yeah,
man, I went in there and tried to purchase my my Xbox One. And man, I got all kind of hassle when I went in there, boy. I had never got that type of response from GameStop at all.
They tried to talk you out of it?
Yeah, man, they talked me out of it. Like this is why I got into like YouTube, because I got on YouTube and I wound up finding Zaire. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't know nothing about a lot of this. You know what I'm saying? I went and I purchased my my console. You know when you pre-order it.
Yeah.
And the guy was sitting here. He talked to me. He said, "Why you want an Xbox One? PlayStation is better. You know, it's more powerful. You know, it's going all these." I said, I don't care about none of that trash, man. I want this." And he was like, "No." He was like, "No, but you don't understand. You know, they trying to backdoor you and try to find all your information, and you're gonna always be online." It was like a whole lot of a list of things. So when I told him, I said one thing. This is what I said to him. I said, "Well, Microsoft is known for changing things based off of what their customers want. So if this is a problem, I'm pretty sure they'll change it. I still want my Xbox." He said, "Well, I'll tell you what, it's your funeral."
Wow.
He was hot about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was hot about it. I'm sitting there like, man, what the heck? Why are you mad about my purchase? You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there like, what's wrong with this dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna tell me what to buy? You can't tell me what to buy. You know what I'm saying? So I put my $100.
I was like, you're not doing your job, man.
Yeah, I'm sitting there like, this is so.
I seen a GameStop employee tell a kid Destiny was only on PlayStation a year after Destiny came out. And I was like, he's like, no, it's not on Xbox at all. It's exclusive. I'm like, what? Like, you just lied to this little kid talking about he can't get the game on Xbox because he had an Xbox. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You actually work here? Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
This is my tyrant with him. So when they sat here and I seen it was all digital and they got mad, that's what they was really mad at Microsoft about, because they went digital. They couldn't sponge off of them no more. You know what I'm saying? Because all they do is sponge. You know what I'm saying? The people make the game, they sell the game initially, so they might sell 1 million of them fresh off the gate, 1.5, 1.8, something like that, close to 2 mil, and then they know half of those, or more than half of those, are coming back to their stores.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So now they profiting off of the resale of it. Yeah. So it's damaging the game. So when I see Microsoft going digital, I said, then if we looked at this console generation in the beginning and how all the studios had closed down, there was a lot of studios closed down that put out a lot of decent games. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because they didn't have the money. They was competing with too much. Yeah. So, this is the purpose of going digital was to help the developers. Yeah. Sony was on board with it too. Once they got off board and they changed their little E3, they took a whole half hour and 15 extra minutes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
This is how you share a game.
And this to come out with this is how you share games, man. And then they was just like the best thing ever since then. You know what I'm saying? But now don't nobody care about hard copies or digital as much as they did at the beginning of this generation. Yeah. And it's just became the norm. And I knew that that's the way it was going to go. But that was my whole thing with them. What happened to them, they need it because you don't go against your the people that you selling stuff for. Yeah. And that's what he did.
Yeah, no, for sure. So we're going to go ahead and grab one more question. We're going to run a little bit over, guys, because the show is going smooth. Loving the topic so far, man. We're having a good time here. So shout out to Country Gentleman, new guy in here. I never seen him before, so make sure you subscribe, Country Gentleman. Hit the like button as well. Appreciate you giving us a little bit of your time here today. He kind of left a long question. Let me go up a little bit. He said, does anyone think there will be a Xbox exclusive content for the current projects of the studio's image purchase this year? So, I mean, obviously. I mean, they're all exclusive studios now. So whatever game they make is going to be exclusive from this point on, excluding the Outer Worlds, which is already previously. Or you know what?
There may be some has like 2 games.
Obligations. There's some other obligations as well that other companies have to fill. I think the next Ninja Theory game is probably exclusive. I'm almost 100% sure that's going to be. Obviously everybody else, Compulsion is probably exclusive. Playground for sure. Initiative, obviously, within the next probably 5 years or so, we'll see something for the initiative. So, I mean, I think...
something, I want to give props to Microsoft for not getting in the way of that. You know what I'm saying? Because if this was Sony and Sony would have bought them, you know what I'm saying? They probably would have changed it. That game probably would have been exclusive.
Yeah.
Regardless of the crowdfunding, and then nobody wouldn't say.
No. That's a lawsuit if you try to do that with crowdfunding because that's crowdfunded. That's a lawsuit.
Might be. They'll find a way around it. They probably refund everybody. They said, you know what, just get that money back. We good.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I wish Microsoft, with Obsidian, I wish they bought out that game. With that transaction, since it's not a crowdfund game and it was just like another deal. It's like
I think the problem with that is that Take-Two publishes the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was like. If they could have negotiated with Take-Two, but they probably saw potential in that shit. So
yeah. But Take-Two saw Fallout and was like, we holding on to this bitch. We saw Fallout, no way. We are not letting this. Sorry, Microsoft, we are not letting this thing go. We're going to get one last stab at this thing, get some money off of it.
But I think that's what took time with Obsidian's deal, because I think they were trying to negotiate that deal.
Yeah, that makes sense now. Now that the game, we see it, that makes sense. That completely makes sense now at this point. So that was a great question. Anybody else want to dive into that before I go ahead and close everything out?
I think we're good.
No? Everything we good? Okay, cool. I don't want to hold you too long, Fuzzy. I know you got to go, man. I don't want to make you late for
you got to get that rolly.
Hey. I'm going to go ahead and let you give me a shout-out, Fuzzy, first, because I know you got to run, brother. Go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you.
Hey, you can find me on Twitter at Fuzzy_Belvedere or Xbox Live as Fuzzy_Belvedere. I'm usually playing Forza, although got most of the cars now, so I got to move on to Ashen and finally do some more time on Red Dead. So just hit me up on Xbox Live.
For sure. Thank you, Fuzzy, man. You have fun. Be safe out there, brother.
All right.
Yeah, congratulations once again, man.
Thank you, guys. Excellent panel, as usual, and great talking games with you guys. Y'all take it easy.
All right, take it easy, Fuzz. Take it easy, Fuzz. So we're going to go ahead and go to our special guest. We're going to go ahead and start with Kid Smooth, man. I know you jumped in a little bit late, man, but thank you for stopping by, man. First time on the show. I hope you enjoyed yourself. The format's like an hour. I don't take too long. We dive into everything, get our thoughts out, and get out of here, man. So just let everybody know they don't know who you are already, where they can find you at.
Yo, it is the best spot, Kid Smooth. Please, if you, I'm on YouTube, obviously, and on Twitter. Twitter is if you really want to just be entertained and just hear what I'm talking about. Follow me on Twitter and follow me on YouTube. I try to do some sort of content every day, whether it be live stream or video and whatnot. On my way, try to get to like 10K subs, but I'm like very short.
Hey, let's get him to that, man. Let's get him to that. If you're not subscribed to him, please go subscribe to him right now. The man has a great channel, man. I've been a huge fan of his for a very long time since I finally got in the community here on Twitter, on YouTube, man. So once again, thank you for spending a little bit of time today. I know the whole time frame thing we got thrown off, but we seem to get it together. Appreciate you taking a little bit of time out, man. So Showstopper, man, we're gonna move on to you, brother. If Showstopper's been on the show before, like I said, go back in the archives. You can see it. Showstopper's from the beginnings. Started from the bottom, right, Show?
That's right.
So, no, but yeah, thank you for showing up, Show, man. We got some other things cooking up, man. Let everybody know what's going on, Show. Talk your shit.
Like I said, man. You know, we gonna get a podcast. I'm starting a podcast. It's gonna be called Bust Your Gun Podcast. We're gonna talk about games. You know how crazy I am. It's gonna be show, but still with the entertainment of the conversation. So we're gonna have a good time. Like I said, my man Blam is one of the people that's gonna be on it. So I'm looking at a few others. So y'all stay tuned. We getting it all together. I'm putting everything together how I want it, man. Like I said, we gonna come to bust our gun about the topics. So we gonna see what's up with that. Stay tuned for it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Last but not least, host with the most, PTK Bland, man. Thank you guys for coming out. Once again, another Saturday in the books, man. Another great show, great panel, man. Thanks for everybody there, everybody watching live. Follow me on Twitter. It's at my first and last name. YouTube, PTK Blam. Type in the Shop Podcast. You'll find me there as well, man. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Peace, love, hair grease. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. We out of here, man. Take it easy, everybody. Peace out.
Peace.